The government would require some senators to support the zone of special operation, because even though they have a majority in the lower house, the bill requires a special majority, and that means they must go into the Senate and convince the independent senators that this is a good bill, it's fair, it's just, it's constitutional, or at least it justifies breaching the Constitution. Today, when contacted by TV6 News, asking the Prime Minister if she thought they would support, the independent senators would support the bill, listen to the response that our Prime Minister gave. And I'm quoting here. They will present their usual vapid and shallow contributions and then most likely vote with the PNM in line with their voting history. Who really cares if they support or not? We will move on with our other plans to protect citizens. This is a Prime Minister who would have used taxpayers' dollars to formulate this legislation. We would have debated, those in the House would have debated this bill, and it did not go to a vote until something like 3:30 a.m. last week, Friday. Again, that is taxpayers' money being wasted. If it is that your attitude is, well, if they don't support, we will just dump the bill and we'll move on. It is your duty, it is your job to present a bill to our independent senators. First of all, to have respect for them, to have respect for the fact that independent senators are our best, that's the best version of some kind of proportional representation. And there are persons in there that tend to actually say, listen, I'm speaking for the swing voter. That is the best non-partisan apparatus that we have inside of Parliament. And you are not in any form or fashion trying to speak to them, to encourage them, to have their say. You should have, first of all, you should have consulted with them. We want to hear what they think, how they believe that this bill can be made better. So to adopt this attitude of who cares whether they support it or not, we're going to just move on, we'll dump it and move on, it's crazy, it's arrogant, and it's a waste of taxpayers' money if you're just going to dump a bill and then say, look, well, we bring a bill and you didn't want it, so tough cookies and move on. As if that was not bad enough, as if that arrogance wasn't bad enough, that don't care wasn't bad enough. TV6 went on to ask, what about citizens? Because you serve us, our taxpayers pay you. What about citizens that do have concerns? Listen to her response to that one. If citizens in any particular area don't want the added protection provided by the government, they are free to let us know. We will remove it, and they can fight it out with criminals on their own. There are many communities that want the extra protection, so the government has no need to beg any community to accept it who doesn't want to. Again, the attitude, the arrogance. I don't even know what to say anymore, because one, we voted out Keith Rowley because he was arrogant. But, and I don't want to use Trump, because it really does feel as though she is empowered to act the way that he acts and to speak the way that he speaks. And Trinidad and Tobago, if this is really what you guys want, so be it. I want to remind you that silence is consent. If this is how you believe a prime minister should speak to the nation, speak to independent senators, speak to citizens, then stay quiet. If not, speak up, say something, and reject this form of governance. It is a dictatorship out of control. I don't have any more words to describe the level of arrogance and lack of consultation and care for what we think as citizens.